What's up, everyone? Drew, aka Catching Rockets here. Hopefully, everybody had a great day today. Um, oh, what am I doing? Um, so pretty simple day. I slept. I swung a trade last night. Made plenty of money, and it's crazy because I went to bed at 8:30 last night. I woke up. I don't remember what time, like 12:30. I was probably awake for like an hour. Went back to sleep. Woke up this morning like to my alarm, and I was like, "Nah, I'm good." Looked at my trade. My level hit. Made money. Rolled over. Went back to sleep. And then I woke up to my daughter kicking me in the face, which is a lot of fun. Um, so, yeah, I would have liked to have slept longer. I'm still pretty tired, but the baby had other plans this morning. So, other than that, I don't really know what to say other than it's getting hard for me to fit my balls through the door. Um, for our trades for today, this was our level to enter calls, play it up to here, close. I mean, it's written on the chart, right? Calls, close, switch to puts, play it down. I don't know. From here, we kind of chopped, so wouldn't be terribly surprised if people only made like a little bit of profit or basically stopped out even, whatever else. We never made it back down, but here to here should have been just cash money, and just levels basically to the T, right? Let me start erasing stuff really quick. I'll also show you guys the trade I took today really quickly. On ES, where was it? So, let me turn off some stuff. This was my trade. 45 minutes or more outside of value area high, came back inside. Nice clean break. We didn't have candles wicking back through. 3 candles closed below, basically retested previous day value area high. And then I took it down to, excuse me, right there, because I was a little bit worried they might not quite give the previous day value area low, due to the high volume cluster that I have here. They did actually, in fact, hit it. This would have been a great place to switch to longs and play it all the way back up to our sell side imbalance. But I, in fact, did not do that. I just took it from here to here, closed, took my money, and tried to sleep more. Dropping a 40-ish point move, I believe. I mean, hopefully it's a 40-point move. I can't control what happens, but actually, let me check the reactions to that message. Let me see. Oh, so now, after I said not a single reactions, I'm going to reference this when it hits and show you all my bag. Then everybody decided to leave reactions, or I don't even know who everybody is, but let's see. So far, 2 of the same people. 1 of the same people. 2 of the same people. 3rd one with the same people. 4th, 5th. So basically, like 5 people reacted to this message. I don't think you guys deserve it. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe. I might have actually accidentally showed it at the beginning of the live anyway. So there's that. All right, let's chart up SPY really quick. Get our levels for today. We are in a range. We're going to be able to chart some SIGs today. I'm still ready to go back to bed. Oh, and speaking of back to bed, I should mention the... I'm looking to see where my wife is. All of next week I'm going to be gone. So this Thursday will be my last live until not this Sunday, but the one after. So basically I'm going to be gone for a full week. Like we're going to miss 5 lives in a row. Yeah, so me and my girlfriend, no, I'm joking. My wife keeps messing with me like, are you going to find a girlfriend while you're gone? Like, yeah, whatever. I'm fucking tired. Could you imagine, like, having the headache of a wife and then being stupid enough to go out and get a girlfriend? Jesus Christ. You must hate yourself. I just want to rest. Hopefully people have a sense of humor. Me and my wife do. I will say there's one thing I don't like about going live this early is I like to reference what futures are doing when I do my analysis, and futures don't open for another 35-ish minutes, and I don't plan on being here with you losers in 35 minutes. So I'm joking. I love you guys, especially your mama. Hey, so who wants to talk about Robinhood? All right. I feel like I'm missing something. TPO is what I'm missing. Pretty simple. Again, we'll do it without TPO, and then we'll turn it on. But so we're going to have single prints here at the bottom. And we are also going to have single prints at the top. Alrighty, there's our levels. This is what futures are doing right now. Not very helpful. Let's look at news for tomorrow. Yes, I bought so many shares of Hood. Where was it? Right here at the top. Like, I bought... Oh my gosh, just right here. I busted out the lube and I basically full ported Hood right here. It was a jolly time. News for tomorrow. Not very much. Hour and 15 minutes before the open, we have ADP, non-farm employment change. That will move the market. Dude, President Lagarde, this dude speaks every freaking day. So 45 minutes after the open, he's speaking. And then 11:30, which is math, 12, 1, 2, 2:30 Eastern. CPI month over month. For what freaking country is that? I don't even know. I'm sure if I click it, it'll tell me something. No, not really. Is that saying Spanish? No, that's down there. Oh well, I have no idea what country that is. It's Chicago. Um, I don't. I feel like I should know. Um, CHF. I mean, I guess I could look it up. Switzerland. That makes so much sense. Sure. Uh huh. Yeah. So Switzerland. CHF. Uh huh. Thank you.
It's just ketchup and mustard.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
And cheese. My son just made me a burger. Um. All right. So not a ton of news. A little bit. Nothing to be too worried about during market hours, other than like Elon or Trump tweeting something out. All right, let's get the real levels. Let's get the real levels. These levels. Actually, this one might just be worth leaving. Let's see. Let me load up my software really quick. CEO of Robinhood can suck one. Do I have a jingle intro? No. Weird. I'll say it again. When I open this platform, I can't see your guys' chat, which is like such a relief because who really cares? Dude, I'm like sarcastic and cynical today. So fun waiting for this to load. Just so you guys know, this is my arch nemesis, right? Like, I'll see a trade set up and I'm like, shit, let me quickly open my trading software. There is no quickly opening anything. Actually, wow, right now it doesn't even seem like it's working. Oh. I don't think we're going to be able to do it today. Oh, I'm sure it does. But sometimes it opens up really quick without a buy button. I think I just got the best DM ever in the entire world. So, somebody I'm not showing you shit, Oliver. Of course, bro. I got you. Somebody sent me a DM. Yeah, this isn't going to load. Is Top Step working for you, Oliver? Or is it just me? I mean, there's a chance they're down for maintenance or something. I don't know. It would make sense. It's during the 1 hour that the market's closed. Maybe I should just stay live for 20 minutes and then try again. We can do some ASMR. Drew eating his burger live on stream. Shalinator, you should work on pushing the like button more versus a cheesy jingle. Anyway, so I got a DM. This is cool as shit. dude tells me, so basically I guess he paid for Shorty's lifetime membership for the Discord and the indicator package. Sends me a DM. Nasty levels today. Made back the 1200 for Shorty lifetime Discord. Thanks again for sharing the knowledge, and those 30-minute imbalances are money. I literally, if you're watching this, I'm not calling out your name. Oh, did I finally get connected? Yes, I did. Wow, amazing. It only took 30 minutes. I guarantee you they were probably down for maintenance, and that's why it took so long. But anyway, like they probably just came back online or something. To the person that sent the DM, if you are watching this, like I'm not going to call you out by name or whatever, but I'm super, super stoked for you. Like that's killer. I love like stuff like that. Like makes my day. It makes being tired all the time worth it. It makes all of this stuff worthwhile. Actually, Oliver, you said you're out working. Don't go anywhere. I'll show you how to do it right now. So you guys are going to get a special little class that I normally wouldn't do here because I don't like you guys. Yeah, I'll do it right now. So basically, Oliver, on your cluster chart, you're going to have it probably on imbalance, right? And of course, these are always good levels to look at. You want to look at imbalances on 1 hour, 30 minute. Well, I mean, it doesn't matter. You want to look at imbalances at every level. This is pretty huge right here. But I have no way of telling you. Actually, I'll give you guys the levels. I'm not going to put it on my chart because it's just going to confuse a ton of people. But what I'll do is I'll say if we have a full body candle open and close above this level and you retest there, you would enter calls. If we have a full body candle open and close below this level, retest this, you would enter short or puts. Okay. But so anyway, we do have an imbalance up at the top. I think I still will prefer the high volume cluster we have up here over this imbalance, but this might play out. Might be worth notating, but we'll look at that in a second. But so, Oliver, all you're going to do is click on cluster. You're going to go to the drop down, click on single, and where it says data type, you're going to go to volume. And then from there, what you do is we look at like the large volume clusters at the top. So like here, 17,000 down to whatever, I don't know, 35 here. And you would just highlight that area on your chart as your sell side imbalance. Or you can even just grab like the upper part, but that's all you're doing. And then like, so when you come back to, and then basically once you've identified a level like that, you want to see full body candles, like preferably 30-minute, where the full body opens and closes below or above that level. And then when you retest it, you would follow that direction. So like here, we have this one here. We had full body candles below. We came back up to it and then sold off, right? It looks like almost 30 points. 28 points you got on that move. And then the same thing. So like down here, there's a big cluster there. Price goes away from it, comes back. We would look for a bounce. So when they revisit, actually even this area here, it's kind of, you're looking for them to bounce from there. So let's get these levels onto our charts. Sorry, I've got a DM I'm going to address really quickly. All right, this burger is sitting here making me very hungry. Oh, I think my work is asking me if I can work tonight. Sorry. It was a work text, so... nothing important, actually. They just told me, like, somebody's out, and, like, the normal supervisor's out that day, so I have to work as supervisor that day, and I'm like, okay. I could have just, like, let me know when I got there. I'm good. Shoot. All right, let me identify these levels. I think... boy, it's kind of sketch. 62 all the way down to 55. I'm not going to highlight such a massive area. So what I'm going to do is highlight 57 down to 54. And on a retest of that, we would want to be short or inputs. 57 to 54. And then we'll figure out where that is on what's it called? On SPY. Seems kind of weird. $57 to $54. I think I know what's making it look weird. I'm on a 5-minute chart. That looks a lot less weird, and that looks even less weird. However, the 5-minute chart makes it easier to identify on SPY. I'm just trying to figure out if I really love this. I do. All right, let's figure it out on SPY. $12.45 candle. All right. Now let's figure out where we want to be a buyer. Futures open in 9 minutes. I want to see what things are looking at because I have a feeling they might start smashing through new levels. Actually, sorry, really quickly, let me go over the option setups I have because I almost completely forgot. First one's going to be MasterCard. This is a day trade under 562.32. We're going to grab puts. First trim 559.75. Second trim 557.64. Close at 553.91. This is kind of weird because when I normally will look at trades, I mean, occasionally I'll have like two setups that look like they're calls and one setup that looks like it's puts, or vice versa. Two puts, one call. But most of the time it's like, two calls, three calls, whatever, two puts, three puts, something to that effect. And today, Oliver, not looking at it more often, look at it every single night. Every single night, look at 5 minute, 30 minute, 1 hour imbalances, high volume clusters. Look for double stacked nodes on the POCs or triple stacked POCs. Burger is going to be ice cold by the time I eat it. It's okay. Life goes on. I'm used to eating cold food because I'm generally always busy working, and I eat when I'm not busy working. And right now I'm busy working, so it's going to get cold. And my family's just got used to not even waiting for me. Oh, we have dividend. Perfect. So they might actually give the dividend before, or like, what's the X date? Yeah, July 9th. More likely than not, this isn't going to play out based on the dividend. Because what tends to happen is people will buy, right, as we approach the dividend date, which pushes price higher. And then after the dividend comes out is when people will sell. And then, anyway, this is a trade I'm looking at. If it doesn't work out, cool. No worries. Life goes on. The big one is going to be Netflix. On Netflix, I have this set up as a day trade and also as a swing trade. So for people with less capital, because this is going to be expensive, calls over 1295.45. First trim 1300. Second trim 1303.99. This would be the level where you close day trades and also trim if you're taking multiple contracts and you want to swing. 13, 15, and 22 cents. Fourth trim for swing traders 1321.30. Fifth trim 1329.95. Sixth trim 1334.86. And finally, we'll close at 1339 and 77 cents. And if all plays out as advertised, we'll be looking at 44 points and some change. They're going to want to break above and make a new all-time high. But I like to sell into strength, so I'm going to close before we get to all-time high, and possibly get like a rejection back down before they pop back over. Okay, so that's the option setups that I'm looking for. This is the big boy. The last time we did Netflix, it was like a 90 some odd point move. Where is it? Here we played puts, and this is where we closed right here. Oh wait, not 90. 70 points. Oh no, it is 90 points. 93 points. Yeah. And some people got it and played the entire run and made some freaking bank. Alrighty. So that's our option setups. I'm glad I finally found some. It's been a little while. Let's finish looking at our areas where we want to be in trades. They're going to give a bounce here, but I don't really care. For actual traders, if you take that short level, they're probably going to give us an initial little bounce here before they go lower. This is kind of going to act as a little support zone right here. Okay. It looks like I'm going to be giving two levels. 89 down to 87. I was like, geez. How far back did I look? Didn't feel like I went that far back. Oh, I did. Am I just being unrealistic? Okay. Yeah, I was being unrealistic. 19 to 22. Okay. I'm missing something. Because there's got to be decent order flow in these levels here. So let's look at that. I feel like this is... My eye goes back exactly to the same spot, like, oh, buy here. Okay. 32 to 30. Makes sense. All right. $11 a.m. candle. Wow. Okay, never mind. That was not the excitement that I thought it was. 11 a.m. candle on the 30th, basically just below the wick. Essentially, we already have this level, but that's okay. That's 11:10. Oh, I'm on 30 minutes. So confused. I don't know that I necessarily need this, but I'm going to throw it on here. Or I don't know if you guys necessarily need this, but we need to be aware of this here. So this is kind of sloppy, sorry, but you guys can see buy side high volume cluster, get calls, close puts. If you want the exact levels, it's here. 615.53 to 615.87. Our level to close calls and get into puts would be 618 and 12 cents to 618 and 50 cents. There is a chance that we slice through this. And basically, if you're already in puts, then just your stop loss needs to be above this stuff. But if you're not, this is definitely the spot to buy puts. 618.74 to 618.99. If by some chance they gap up overnight, then you would want to use this as your area to retest and get back in calls. It could also be our third sig, just an FYI. I don't think that they're going to be doing anything like that, but just in case, want to make sure you guys know what to watch for. Let's zoom out really quick on SPY on the daily. I don't know that it'll change anything, but just to get an idea, they did not really give us the day I was looking for, where I was looking for a lot of selling pressure, and it wasn't really there. Just kind of chopped sideways, but there was good moves to be had, so that's good. I'll always take a day like this where, you know, we're just trading in a range. It's pretty easy to get the bottoms and get the tops. Fun times had by all. I'm going to go ahead and post this in Keenan's. And then if anybody has any questions, now would be the time to ask. If not, I'm going to go and eat my cold-ass burger. Well, let me close this software so I can see your chat. Let me post this really quick. Oh, I almost posted it in the wrong place. All right. Let me check through chat really quick. Money, I don't trade on TOS or Webull. I trade futures on Quantower, which is the chart that I pulled up. Oh shoot, I just realized I didn't move my chart back down, and now it's going to trigger my OCD when I open it next time. Shoot. Okay, let me move this back down before I go insane. Thank you. And then, yeah, so I trade on Quantower. There's only like a few, for people that are, I don't know what word to use. Thank you, Nitro. I appreciate that. For people that use, what's it called? Again, I just don't know what word to use. Later, Oliver. Good to see you, bro. Yeah, so I don't want to say like advanced or pro or whatever, things like that, because that's not really the case. But I have a good word for people that want access to more information, right? So if let me load up Quantower really quick. I don't see, it's not even more experience. It's people that want more information. I mean, you might need a little bit more experience to read the charts, but it's really not that complicated. And what I'm not going to be able to show you guys right now, I can show you screenshots of. This is like really tiny, which is random. How do I zoom in? I know there's a way to do it. Here we go. That's pretty blurry. So let's try 300%. Good enough. So like this, actually I can show this. So I have my order limit or order size filtered to 20 so that I don't see any orders under 20 lots. But if I erase this, then you guys will see a lot of orders will start coming in for ES, right? So with this, if you're filtering your orders, then you can see the big boys when they come in, right? So like this here, for example, is an order for 105 contracts at 5,550 cents. But it looks like they just kind of spam this entire area. So let me just do some quick math because I can't calculate how many contracts this is in my head. It's 74 plus 81 plus 105 plus 74. Looks like 334 contracts was purchased by the same person or entity or whatever it is at this strike price at this time. And to figure out, I mean, this is like a massive amount of money. And to kind of show you guys how much money this is, for every tick, and every tick is a 25-cent move on ES, ES only moves in 25-cent increments, is $12.50 either gained or lost, right? So we start by multiplying this by 12.50, and then we have to multiply it. So that gives us, like every 25-cent move on this contract size would be $4,200 roughly gained or lost. Multiply that by 4 to get like 1 point. Your every dollar, and a dollar move on ES is not very much. So every dollar move, they're getting almost $17,000 or losing $17,000. Multiply that by the price, we'll just say 5,500. This is the size of that order. So they bought $92 million of ES in one click, right? I do see bigger orders than that. Like I'll see orders that are like 500 lots. I have screenshots, but I also have so many screenshots it's hard to find anything. But basically, just for people that want more information, these charts give you that information, right? Oh, so yeah, here, this is 800 contracts. So this is like hundreds of $1 million in orders. But so basically, I don't know. There's just a lot of information on this chart. Here it's very small. These are 5-minute candles, and in the middle you have like the body of the candle. So this would be a red candle, right? This would be a green candle. On the left-hand side, you have the bid, and on the right-hand side, you have the ask. So these are all of the orders coming in at the bid, and then it's like, 10 at whatever, 245, or 0 at the ask at 245. And when you see zeros, you generally will see a reversal in the other direction, because this would be a completed auction. If you see like 2 or 3 zeros in a row, you just click either buy or sell and don't think, because you'll probably get like a good 30 to 50 point move on ES very quickly. Yeah, so anyway, ask side, bid side. So you can see all of the orders coming in as they come in. Right now, like, it's the overnight session, so things are very slow. There's not very much happening. But yeah, that's that. Right now, price is just kind of pinned, basically. This is not moving for whatever reason. This happened to me the other day. It's really frustrating. Still does not seem to be moving. Oh well. I'll mess with it later. But then on the right hand side here is my delta, and on my left hand side is the current volume profile. The yellow lines are going to be the POC, POC for volume profile, POC for delta, and the yellow lines here are POCs for each individual candlestick. Yeah, that's pretty much it as far as like a brief, quick explanation of what it is, but there's just a ton of information to be had on these charts. And yeah, don't have time to do a class on it though. Alrighty, let me close this and just make sure there's no questions before I call this a day. Money, I would never judge somebody for coming from Robinhood. A lot of people started on Robinhood. I started on Robinhood way back in the day. I quickly realized Robinhood was not for me. There's no charts. And I switched to Webull. And then from there I switched to Toss. And then from there I switched to Quantower. So, I mean, we all have to start somewhere, and I don't judge people, for what platform they use, but definitely, you definitely want to, grow, right? So if you do happen to be using a crappy platform like Robinhood, you might want to explore other avenues and realize that there's just way better stuff out there. And, look at expanding your horizons, I guess. Thank you, Spawn or Splon. Elite Mark, then you're just not disciplined enough to trade. So I'll throw this out there really quickly. No problem, Jack. I got you. Sorry, I'm like thinking about something else. So Elite Mark, this applies to everybody. And people think like I'm kind of stupid when I say this, and I get it, because When my mentor shared it with me, I was like, whatever, dude, you're full of shit. That doesn't make any sense. Actually, I kind of want to do something really quick. I feel like I haven't journaled in 2 days. I could be wrong. Today's the 1st. Okay, I did journal. Yeah, no, I journaled one trade yesterday, and I didn't journal the second one, and I didn't journal my trade from today. Let me do that really quickly. Or I'm not going to do the full-on journaling, but what I'm going to do is just import my orders really quickly. So, bro, I did select an account. Stop being difficult. I'm doing this because it applies to what I'm talking about, basically. Order history, yes, thank you. Recent orders, or would that be today? Yeah, no, it's not, because the market closed and reopened. Why are you making my life difficult? Today, thank you. Sorry, everything I'm doing is going to make sense in just a second. I apologize. Oh, wait, I can't do that. Okay, so import, trade. Import. Yes, I want to replace it. Thank you. Okay. So, I think before I show this, like, it's been a pretty crappy month for me of trading, which is fine. Let's go back to June. I'll just kind of show everything. This is my net P&L for June. This is what's crazy. My win rate has been 45%. And I don't know what it was, but the beginning of the month, I wasn't doing great. I guess these 4 days. Or even here and here, I had a 50% win rate. Here also. But yeah, these... Oh, even here I had a 50% win rate. 25% win rate here. And so it's crazy for me because I'm normally right around 70 to 80%, depending on the month or depending on the week or whatever it is generally my win rate. And of course, with that, I make a lot more money if I'm up around 70, 80% win rate. The important thing to see, though, is my average win-loss on a trade. It's a little bit low, and I know why. But this isn't something that I can manipulate or change. They calculate your win rate or your average win-loss based on every single trade, right? So some trades, I might take 5 contracts, and I might take a bigger loss than trades where I take 2 contracts, right? So like I might have a winning trade on 2 contracts and a losing trade on 5 contracts, and it will really skew like my win-loss ratio. And the other day, I normally kind of just trade with the same sizing, but sometimes when I'm not able to monitor a trade, like if I'm taking it overnight, I'm going to be sleeping, or if I'm placing an order, I'm going to be leaving my house. I'll just take like a few contracts versus taking 5. And so like even though last night, I don't know how many points I caught, but let's figure it out really quick. I went short on the retest of the value area high. So here. And I played it all the way down to 35. Oh, it's not as big of a move as I expected. But anyway, 15 points on ES. But I only took 2 contracts. So my win on that trade was only, I don't even remember, like $120, right? Oh, here it is right here. 124. So that, like these 2 trades here are smaller sizing. And then it's like basically the same size as a loss with my regular sizing on trades. This would be like a win on regular sizing on trades. This would be a loss on regular sizing. This was a mistake. Regular sizing win, regular sizing loss, so on and so forth, right? But so those little wins really skew this, but it doesn't really matter. The bottom line is, I always tell you guys 1 risk, 2 reward minimum on every trade. Even with these smaller wins skewing my ratio, I'm still basically at 1 to 2 risk to reward for the entire month of June. And even with a shit ass win rate less than 50%, I'm still way fucking profitable. So people that have issues with like following your levels or whatever, you need to get the fuck over yourself. And if you don't like cussing, I apologize, but when I say stuff like that, I'm saying it specifically for like the shock factor of wanting to capture people's attention. I apologize if you have kids in the room or whatever, my bad. But really, like when I do stuff like that, it's to emphasize like getting a point across. Or I just want to talk crap. I don't know, one of the two. It depends on the day. Bro, can you work? If you do have issues with discipline, I'm going to give you guys some tips, but I'm also going to say read this book. And read this book like until you can recite it without looking at the book. This is Trading in the Zone by Mark Douglas. I just posted the link in the chat. Basically, like for as an example, my mentor read that book about 30 times. Like no joke. He literally read the book 30 times, and he loves the book so much he bought like 30 copies of it and like did giveaways on them. But basically, you want to, for 6 months, do 1 trade a day for 6 months. You want to journal every single trade like I do. And when you journal, you want to write down what you did right, what you did wrong, what you could have done better. And then you want to look for setups just like I do when the market's closed, where I'm figuring out my levels, areas where I'm interested in being in puts, areas where I'm interested in being in calls. This can change on the fly during your regular trading session, but it's good to do it when the market's closed, and just have a good idea of what you're looking at. Okay. And then a minimum of 1 risk to reward on every single trade. My biggest trade I took this month was like a 1 to 4 a little bit over 1 to 4. It was like 1 to 4.5 ish or something like that. Those are the money makers, right? So with trades like that, you can be wrong 3 times in a row and then hit one winner and you're still profitable. Very good way to trade. But the issue is you can't be trailing your stop loss. I don't think I mentioned that, but no trailing stop losses. You figure out your entry, you figure out your take profit, you figure out your stop loss, and you let it play out. If I show this, where is it? Bro, can you stop and just work? It's so frustrating. If you took this here, and especially like from here, if you trailed your stop loss at any point in this trade, you never make it here, right? And the issue with this is if you're never making it here, but every time you're wrong, it hits 100% of your stop loss, you're never using one risk to reward. And every time that you're wrong, you're taking a big loss, and every time you're right, you're taking a small win because you keep trailing your stop loss. Unfortunately, retail traders talk about this all the time. Like, I kind of made a joke about it today in Keenan's, like, basically like somebody was having like a scared money conversation, like whatever, I'm up X amount of dollars, and then somebody's like, oh, trail your stop loss, and I think the other person kind of was like, oh yeah, good idea, right? And I replied like, I don't even remember what I said, but basically just the most retail conversation I've heard, other than buy the top, sell the bottom. Anyway, your goal as a trader should be to be the least like a retail trader that you can. You don't want to be the people that are talking about, like, and it happens all the time on this channel. Like, hey, can you look at this stock? And I'll be like, whatever. I'll look at it. And I look at it and they're having earnings the next day. And I'm like, what the fuck do you want me to tell you? Like, earnings trumps technical analysis. So there's nothing for me to look at on the chart. Like, what information are you looking for? Because there's nothing I can tell you. I don't have insider information on how the earnings call is going to go. Right. Back to this really quick. Wait, where am I? I'm very confused. But anyway, just consistency, trading your levels. Even if you have a shitty month, you still make money. This stacks up, generally I make a lot more than this, but whatever. This is the month that I'm having right now, and I can't show you like, anything other than what I'm having right now. If we go to July, I just have that one trade. And again, it's because I traded really small sizing, because I was swinging it while I was sleeping, basically. But hey, shit, started July off with a win. I'll call it good. So yeah, 1 for 1 this month. Yeah, just don't be retail. The stuff I'm telling you guys really works. Like, it's not just a bunch of BS. I did it myself. Dude, did he post? What did you post? I guess you could say I love the D. Nice, thank you. God, I really have to watch what I say on YouTube. Anyway, seriously, follow the advice. I know sometimes it's really hard. Like, let's go to a 5-minute chart, right? You're in a trade. Let's just say you do this. And you're risking a dollar to make three, basically, right? And you get into the trade and it gets a pretty nice move up, and then you're almost break even. This is not fun, right? But then it runs higher, and then it has a pullback, and you lose some of your, like some of the money you were up has now vanished into thin air. And then it runs up higher and pulls back even lower, and then ultimately finally goes up and hits your take profit level, right? Sitting through this is never fun. Even for me today as a trader, this is not fun. It would be nice if they could all just be like bink, 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 but that's not real. That's not realistic at all. We've got to sit through these trades, and I've literally had trades where, I had one, I think 2 months ago, where I was like here, and when I say here, I was up like $1,200, and then it did this on a news candle and stopped me out. And I ended up taking like a $250 loss. And depending on how you look at things, I would never say I lost $1,450 because I was up $1,250. I don't count my chickens before they hatch, so I don't really care if I'm up $1,200 until it hits my take profit, right? And every once in a while, this will happen, right? But the same thing is every once in a while, this will happen, and you just got to roll with the punches, right? Like sometimes you're going to be really close to your take profit. It's going to reverse and it's going to hit your stop loss. Sometimes you're going to be really close to your stop loss. It's going to reverse and hit your take profit. It's all just part of the game, right? And if we constantly close trades early when we're in the green, but always hit 100% of our stop loss, or even worse, we go, oh shit, they're getting close, let me move it away. Now you're not even at 2-to-1 risk to reward, right? You'll never be successful doing this. You, like, literally, mathematically, you will never be a successful trader if your go-to is moving your stop loss or averaging down, buying more contracts, or trailing your stop loss, because the second you trail your stop loss, like, let's just say you trail your stop loss to where your trade ends up looking something like this. You're risking $1 to make 60 cents. You need to be correct like 80, 90% of the time to kind of like be break even, like even maybe a little bit profitable. Mathematically, the odds of you succeeding are zero, because I don't know any trader that has like a 90% win rate that's honest. At least I know some traders that have 100% win rates until you call them out on the fact that it's impossible to have a 100% win rate, and then all of a sudden the next day they start sharing losses because they realize, oh shit, he's right, like I'm stupid, I'm lying, and I'm just showing win, 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 and that's impossible. There's always going to be losses. So it's like just literally impossible doing this to be profitable, to be successful. You might as well just, I mean, realistically, just one of two things. Either just stop trading, or stop trading and start being an investor, right? If you can't get away from this, just stop. Because all you're doing is wasting your time and wasting your money, and the result is going to be the same, right? And I'm not saying this to be a dick, but if you can't swallow this, if you can't sit through a trade and wait for it to hit your take profit, if you're not okay with being up $1,200 and then taking a $300 loss, you're never gonna be a successful trader. Big P. I didn't say not have a red day. I said not have losing trades. There's a big difference. A lot of people don't have very many red days. Generally, month over month, I won't have a lot of red days. I'll have losing trades. This month has been pretty crappy. Shorty, that guy will go 3 months without a red day, and then he'll get one. But he still gets losing trades in those green days, right? And 100K months, I've seen Shorty make 256K in like 5 minutes. So, yeah, it's all doable. It's all possible, right? But if you're not okay with being up and taking a loss, then you're just never going to get there. And actually, like, I think Big P can confirm what I'm saying. I'm not sure if it's the same person I'm thinking of, but it might not be. Oh, okay. But it is possible. The thing is like they have to show their trades, right? So my mentor Shorty, he'll go months without having a red day, and then he'll finally get one. But he will have losing trades during those, winning days. Hopefully, like, I've beat the shit out of this horse, or this dead horse, and you guys have got this, because there's no way for me to make you do this. There's no way for me to make you understand it. There's no way for me to get you to follow this. But I guarantee you, the second that you do, and you have a trade that goes like this, it's a vibe. It's real. You're going to be like so proud of yourself for sitting through the trade, the ups and downs, blah, 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 trusting your levels, letting it play out, and hitting your take profit. But until you do that, you're never going to be successful. You'll never be profitable, and you might as well quit unless you're willing to really stick to it and stick it out. The reason I say one trade a day is it forces you to be disciplined. It forces you to be patient. If you, I always kind of use this same reference because I'm a disabled vet, and I was a marksman in the military. I've been shooting guns since I was like 4 years old. I used to go hunting with my dad when I was 4 years old. Just been shooting my whole life. And so the reference that I always kind of make is the same as like if you're in a life or death situation and you have to defend yourself and you have somebody with a gun shooting at you and you have one round left, you're not just going to like blindly like reach out over the hood of a car and start shooting and hope that the shot hits. You're going to get the target in your sights. You're going to aim at them. You're going to make sure they're dead in your sights before you pull the trigger. Because you only have one shot. And if you don't get it, they're going to get you, right? Same thing with trading. If you feel like you have, whatever, an AR with a 30-round clip and, you can just do some spray fire, whatever, some suppressing fire. It looks like Shorty's going live today. Yeah, I think so. But anyway, if you think, you can just take a bunch of trades, and if one loses, it's okay. You have another 29 bullets, right? And if that one loses, it's okay. You have another 28 bullets, and so on and so forth. Because what people will do is they'll go, let me just, try taking a put here and see how it works out. And if it goes against me, I can always just take another trade and I'll make the money back, right? And then that trade misses, so then they go, oh, let me try to take another, trade here. And it's okay if it misses. I'll just take another trade and I'll make it back. I was not in the Navy. Why would you think I was in the Navy? But yeah, every service shoots guns. And then, anyway, so it goes on and on, right? And then what ends up happening is people keep, shooting trade after trade after trade until they finally blow their account. They get frustrated. They start over positioning, oversizing. They'll blow their account. When you're limited to one trade a day, you have to make sure you're waiting for a really good clean shot or a really good setup on the chart. And if you do happen to miss on the trade, which will happen, you're at that point, if you're being honest with yourself, you're going to turn off your software and you're going to walk away from the charts, and you might be feeling some kind of way, right? You might be emotional, you might be upset, you might be feeling FOMO, you might be mad, and all of those reasons are exactly why you don't want to trade. You want to basically step away from all of it until you're just feeling neutral. Like even if you come back the next day and you sit down, whatever it is, like I sit down at my computer, and if I'm like, oh shit, I got to make up that money I lost yesterday, then I need to not be trading that day. It should never be about making up a loss. It should be a new, fresh slate, where there's no FOMO. There's no, sorry, my wife's beating the baby in the other room. I'm joking. This guy, Big P, just leave, bro. It's so funny, like how our fellow Marines and Army guys are so upset about the guys that join the service that's cushy and has air conditioning and whatever else and good food. I'm sorry, dude. I don't eat shit. I'm not going to go get deployed and have sand in my balls and between my toes and eat shit every day for food, and be sweating those balls off. I'll take the cushy job, which is what I'm doing right now. Clicking buttons to make money. It's good stuff. You should try it. So anyway, you should never be trading from, with the mindset of I need to make back that loss or whatever it is. So when you have the one trade a day, for one, it forces you to look for a good setup. I'll drop the link. And it also forces you to not start trading after you take a loss and you're feeling whatever it is, FOMO, whatever, anger, whatever. That's the link to Shorty's Discord. And since you asked, I'll just throw it out there right now. He's running a special right now. I mean, I know this won't be affordable for a ton of people, but actually, a lot of people have already bought this, and it's a killer deal. He's doing lifetime membership for the Discord for $1,200, and he's also giving out his cloud indicator and some other indicators that he doesn't normally give to people. And it would be lifetime access to those indicators, just a heads up. So if that's something you're interested in, you can DM me if you don't have Shorty's DMs. If you have Shorty's DMs, just DM him and leave me out of it. But if you don't have access to his DMs, DM me and I'll link you two up. But yeah, so there's that, just in case anybody is, man, hot, clean water, that's me. What can I say? I'm bougie. Sorry. I look like an old dirty biker, but I like expensive things and good food and hot showers. Yeah. Filtered water. Or even better, I like my water to be flavored and bubbly. Yeah. That's just me. Sorry. It's who I am. So anyway, do all of those things suggested. I got to run. I got to go take my kid to the gym. With that said, much love, much respect to everybody. I hope everybody has a good day. If you're new, hit the sub button. I would appreciate it. We give out a bunch of free information, classes, trades, option setups, levels, you name it. We go over it. And our levels are pretty deadly. With that said, much love, much respect to everybody. Peace out. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Oh, and also don't forget, I'm going to be gone last video will be Thursday, and I'm going to be gone for a good week. And then my next video will be on Sunday the 13th. Or possibly Saturday the 12th. One of the two. All right. Take care, everyone. Have a good rest of your day. Bye.